what you and I have to accept is that there are times where we need correction. We need God to push us back on to the right path where we are supposed to be. We need to trust that God is going to get us to our final destination. So watch this. Back to verse 11. So we have to understand we cannot despise the chastening of the Lord. Don't despise. Don't get an attitude. Don't get upset. Don't get discouraged when you discover, oh man, I was going the wrong way. It's not where I'm supposed to be going. Think about it in the natural. You're driving, cruising down the road, 65, 70 miles an hour. And, you just are enjoying the ride. You're taking in the scenery. And you happen to make a pit stop to refuel. And just happen to discuss with a fellow traveler where you're headed. And you discover, because that person actually knows the terrain, that person actually knows the area, the environment, you discover that you're heading in the wrong direction. And this fellow traveler, has enough concern about you to say, hey, you know what, let me explain something to you. The direction you're headed, you're going in the opposite direction of where you're trying to get to. And so he breaks it down and even draws it out, gives you a map of instructions and directions of what you need to do to get back on course. You're not going to hate this guy. You're not going to be mad at him. You're not going to say, well, how dare he try to tell me that I'm going in the wrong direction? I mean, now, if you really knew what you were doing, we might have hit a sore spot there. See, if you really knew what you were doing, you would have already been going in the direction you're supposed to be traveling, and no one would need to tell you, hey, you're really on the wrong road. But we wouldn't despise it. We would be grateful. We wouldn't ignore it. We would accept it. We wouldn't feel as if we were being admonished or punished. We would be appreciative that, man, he didn't have to tell me. He could have listened to my conversation, me explaining to him where I was going, and just let me go on my merry way and continue to be further and further away from my destination. The teaching point here is we shouldn't despise God's chastisement. We shouldn't take it the wrong way. First, we misunderstand what it means even in definition. Then we're misguided in what God's true intentions really are. That he's not trying to prevent us, but he's trying to protect us. He's not trying to destroy us. He's trying to direct us. We have to have the right attitude when it comes to chastisement. Don't despise it. Don't discredit it. Do not disregard it. You and I have to simply accept. Watch this. God knows where he's trying to take us. Because now this kind of pushes onto another sore spot. We get spiritually excited. God gives us, a task. And before we finish listening to all the instructions, I'm on it. God, I got that. I got this. Come on now. I've been around, a little while. I don't need you to hold my hand. Don't make me go back to the previous, lesson. See, we're trying to break that cord. I don't need you, God, to be tethered to me, to be connected to me in every little fine detail. I got this.